Atletico Madrid. All right. Yo, what is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man, Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with a live stream of the Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is the fourth stream. I don't know. I guess I got a little bit of a simulator bug. Yes, I played simulator games before, but I guess I probably gotta say that even though some parts of the game I'm not terribly impressed with the visuals, but it's probably still the best looking simulator game that I've seen. So and plus this game isn't arcadey either, so I like that part of it. So we got the screen loading over here. So I guess to tell a couple of stories, that's throughout my life there have been times where I've been fascinated with flight, even though before the first time I got on a plane I was terrified. I had always been terrified, and I had swore up and down that I would never fly. Make sure we got some volume here. But I know I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't, because you're literally kind of jinxing yourself when you get on a plane and all you can think about is bad things that might happen. But no less, I've still been fascinated with flight throughout my life. There's several things that I've been fascinated with. I've been fascinated with flight. I've been fascinated with space travel. I've been fascinated with fighter jets, battleships. A lot of things I've been fascinated with throughout my life. And hold on, I hope this game isn't frozen. Okay, it's still loading, but it's taking forever. I bought an SSD yesterday, and it's not an SSD for gaming. It you can't format it to the NTFS or whatever that format is for me to transfer game files over to it. So I will be taking that back to Walmart today. But to finish talking about my fascination with flight, several things within flight have definitely captured my curiosity. And Impatient Fire, what's up? I guess like there's some things that happen. Oh, by the way, Impatient Fire, I saw your video. How come you don't do more videos, man? I seen that you got over 2,000 subs and like you barely put out any content. Jeez. I mean, I'm the, you know, from the outside looking in, I get the impression that you kind of in OBJ the Don's position where you got thousands of subs and you could easily put out content, but from the outside looking in, it seems like you choose to be the spectator instead of putting out content, which is cool. But I can't even imagine, you know, here I am with 639 subs, and at one point I was working my ass off. I slowed down a little bit because the way my life is, between work, trying to manage diabetes, trying to still halfway trying to work out because I've lost some weight. You know, I'm down to 190 pounds when I was at 215 before the diabetes things happened. And a few years before that, I was at 225. So anyway, going off the tracks, it's just enough. It's not enough hours in the day. 8-Ball, Lord, please fly to Dunoon. There's no airport, so fly from a nearby airport like Glasgow Airport. Okay, we'll take a look at it because today I really don't have any preference as to where I'm going to fly. It's going to be a couple of minutes before we get started, though, because I wanted to talk about a few things that kind of piqued my interest and curiosity in flight. So, to tell a few quick stories, I saw a show on TV before, and this was over in the UK, and one of those like big 747s took off. Once the plane got high enough to pressurize the plane, they pressurized the plane, and the captain's window blew out of the plane, and it blew him clean out of his seat. And the only thing that stopped him from flying completely out of the plane is that his legs got hung up on the edge of the window, and the co-pilot grabbed his legs to stop him from flying completely out of the plane, because he was out of the plane. Only his feet was still inside the plane at the edge of the windows. So the co-pilot was hanging on to his legs, and then I think he called for like the assistant pilot to come in and grab his legs, so the assistant, so the co-pilot can take over the plane. So they radioed air control so they could open up the nearest airport for an emergency landing, because once that window blew out, there was like alarms and everything, like all over the place. It was pandemonium inside the plane. Why wasn't he wearing his seatbelt? I don't know. I can't even remember whether it said he was wearing his seatbelt or not, but I don't think he was wearing his seatbelt. So the assistant pilot is hanging on to the captain's legs, and the co-pilot is still trying to fly the plane so they can make an emergency landing. And so I guess at some point, because the captain wasn't responding, they were trying to decide whether they were going to let his body go or not, because they thought that he might already be dead. So they were debating about letting his body go. And the co-pilot said no, because the one thing they didn't want to happen is, one, we don't know if he's dead, and number two, they didn't want to let his body go and then his body gets sucked into the engine, and stalls out one of the engines. So they made the decision to hang on to his legs and not let him go. So the plane lands. The co-pilot was so shook up, he was in tears when they landed, and he was done. He stopped flying after that. But when they conducted the investigation, what ended up happening was it was a poor design. The window that blew out was a window that was screwed in from the outside, when it should have been the other way around, when that window should have been screwed in from the inside. So once the plane was pressurized, it blew that window out. The pressure had to go somewhere, so it blew that window out and sucked the captain right out of the plane. So that was crazy. Another story that captured my attention was a story about this guy. His friend had a private plane and got a hold of him and was like, do you want to go for a ride on my private plane? So they took a ride on his private plane. When they were well into the flight, his friend asked him, he said, can you take over the controls? So his friend said, yeah. So the guy said, yeah, he takes over the controls, and his friend who owned the plane, he just casually laid back into his seat and closed his eyes. And so the guy was thinking that his friend was resting, and then after a few minutes, he tried to wake his friend up, and his friend wasn't responding. So after a few minutes, he realized that his friend had died. And so he radioed air traffic control and told them what happened. He had no flight experience whatsoever. Air traffic control walked him through how to land the plane. And I think they told him to keep the plane at a certain RPM, so if he missed his target, he could still pull up and circle around and try it again. And that's exactly what happened. He came in about 3 times He missed his target, had to pull up, circle back, and try it again. And then I think he was at the point where the plane was just about out of fuel, so they only had enough fuel to try it one more time. If he doesn't stick the landing, basically he's gonna have to just crash into something to stop the plane, because they didn't have enough fuel for the plane to take off and to leave the runway and try it again. So this time he did stick the landing. So that was a crazy story. And then another story this captured my imagination about flight would be my cousin Floyd Mayweather. He owns 2 jets. They're called Air Mayweather 1 and Air Mayweather 2. And I've never been on either of his private jets, but some of my other relatives have been on his private jet. And I've often wondered if Floyd would be one of those arrogant celebrities that would overload the plane with luggage and all kinds of shit and not listen to the pilots, or if he would be one of those celebrities that go up into the cockpit and, you know, tells the pilot, move over and let me fly it for a second. One of those kind of things. I always wondered if he's ever done something like that. And I always wondered, like the movie Airplane, if something were to happen to the pilots where they pass out, something happens, who's gonna fly the plane? Because now at that point it's total chaos, because the man who was flying that plane was the next closest thing to God, and now that he's passed out, who's gonna land the plane? And there was one other story I wanted to tell real quick before we go ahead and take off. But while I'm telling that story, let me go ahead and look for this Danoon. Please fly to Danoon. There's no fly from Glasgow. Okay, well, let's try it. Where is this place at? Glasgow Industrial. So Danoon is where we're looking for. Where the hell is this at? So this must be in Canada somewhere. All right, so let's see if we can search Danoon. Nope. Nothing on Danoon. So let's try the Glasgow again. All right, let me come back to the chat and can you go to Stockton, Cali? Through Tojo, and say, can you go to Stockton, Cali? I flew into 2 tropical storms that are in the Atlantic headed towards Texas, where I'm at. You in Texas at Patient Fire? Oh, okay. Go to Glasgow in Britain. Then find Glasgow International Airport. Okay. All right, let's zoom out. Okay, this little Britain is over on the east coast of the United States. They're search up Glasgow on Chrome. All right, let me grab my phone. This is in Paisley. It's in Paisley, Scotland. So let's look that up. Okay. Let's try this again. It doesn't seem to be on here. Select whoops. Wokel Field, Glasgow International. Let's see where this is. All right, so let's see where this is. Let me zoom out. Clayton. Custom. Well, let's go in and see where that's at. Hinsdale. So, let me come back to the chat. Search up EGPF. EGBF. All right, let's see what comes up on EGBF. EGBF Bedford. As departure. Okay, so let me come back to the chat and see if that's what you're looking for. That's the wrong airport. If you search up Glasgow again, EGPF will appear. Oh, I put in EGBF, not EGPF. This must be what you're looking for right here. Okay, so I think I found the airport you're looking for. It's EGPF Glasgow. Okay, so let's see where the nearest airport is. And we set that as a departure. So let's see where the nearest airport is. Man, that's in the middle of nowhere. Said recommended airports. Wow. Here we go. I don't know what this is. What in the world is this? This is parking. That seems to be about the length of the runway. All right, that looks Okay, I guess whatever this is, we can go ahead and give this a try. I don't know how long the flight is. Land on a hill near Dunoon? Let's see, where in the world is Dunoon? Let me look this up. So it says Dunoon to Glasgow, an hour and 36 minutes. So it looks like Dunoon is somewhere over here. Based on what I'm looking at this map, Dunoon seems to be somewhere around there. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and take that flight. I can't promise we'll finish it because according to what I'm looking at in Google, it says an hour and 36 minutes. But I don't know if that's on the ground or not. It says via Green Rock Road, A8 and M8. All right, let's go ahead and give it a shot. See what happens. See how long this flight is. We'll find out how long the flight is once we get in the air. And let me turn this AC off because it's finally gotten cool enough in here. Probably hear the background noise in here. All right. Let me get my headphones on and let's get ready to take off. Come a little bit closer. All right, it's showtime. I saw a video today, and it was a video showing you real life cities and landscapes, what they look like in real life, and then come back and show you what it looks like on Flight Simulator doing split screens. So some parts of these cities and landscapes, they actually did a pretty good job of replicating those environments, but some of them it looks like the buildings were just put there just to take up space. Impatient Fire, let's do this. Also, Dunoon's my hometown. All right, well, we'll see what it looks like when we get there. I'll probably put the plane on autopilot at some point so I can get up and moving around depending on how long this flight is. Because I'm doing this flight in real time and according to real weather and all that stuff. Oh, you know what? The other story I was going to tell while we're waiting to take off is that, like, here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I live, a flight had just came in. They were refueling the plane and all that stuff. Well, it turns out the captain was drunk. So he was arrested and removed from the plane. So there was nobody to fly the plane. Well, it turned out somebody from Grand Rapids was on that plane, and he was a pilot, and it was his day off. But once the captain got arrested, he went ahead and flew the plane to his destination, which was Texas. I think it was Fort Worth, Texas. Oh, they didn't even take the parking brake off. Wait a minute.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions.
A flight six.
Advise controller on initial contact. You have Mike. Glasgow Airport information. Mike 1700 Zulu. Wind 274 at tree. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2. ILS runway 2 tree in use.
All right, there we go.
Landing and departing runway 2 tree. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Mike.
So let's get on track here. I probably got to depress the flaps. I'm headed in the right direction. Here, let me turn this over to the AI while I figure out where we're going. Yeah, that is beautiful. So let me come back inside the plane. This flight doesn't seem to have an ETE or estimated time. God. Those look like all your fuses. The engine maxed out. Is this where we're supposed to be going? This Thornhill Airfield? Turn backwards, so the plane is going in the wrong direction. The Clyde is off your map now. Then yeah, because I have no idea where we're going now. Now let's put it on auto so I can take a minute to So now my question is this going to bring us to Dunan, or is this going to take us right back to Glasgow? Because looking at this center screen right here, there doesn't seem to be an ETE. They're trying to say not in use. Telling me anything. Basic controls, AI control, fuel, nav log, objectives. Wait a minute. So the distance, let's see, ETE is, I don't know if that means 3 days and 12 hours or 3 hours and 12 minutes. This might end up being a flight that I don't know if we'll be able to finish. The plane is still going the wrong way. See, I'm not sure I put in the right destination to begin with. But we might have to start this all over again, because at this point we pretty much, I have no idea where we're flying. So the question is how do you get out of this? Well, I could just go ahead and crash the plane and start all over again. Yeah, that's a long flight. Impatient Fire, that's click the map icon. Controls, AI control, fuel, objectives, travel to. Turbulence or not. question is where are we going? That's the big question right there. I don't know if we're headed to the right direction, the right destination. Saw some pop-ins down there. Yeah, I think we're going to have to crash this plane and start over again. So I'll have to go into politician mode and let everybody know that, ladies and gentlemen, we are, it seems that we have made a slight miscue in navigation, so we will be landing at the nearest airport, which might be that mountain straight ahead. And we do want to thank you for flying Air Wakanda. And we hope that you'll fly with us again. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna crash it. Start all over again. Right into the mountain. Oh, I stressed it. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, I'm live. One of the viewers asked me to fly to Dunoon, which I've never heard of it before. And I think there's an airport called Glasgow in the United Kingdom where he wanted me to take off from, and I took off from the right airport, but I'm not sure I was headed in the wrong direction, in the right direction. And if I was headed in the right direction, Glasgow, this is where I was supposed to be headed, right here. Let's try a different, much shorter flight. Kennedy International. Oh, excuse me. We'll set that as the departure. Damn, that's quite a ways. Ann Arbor. I think I've only really been to Ann Arbor once. What we got here? Impatient, you said you didn't bring the parachute. Yeah, I'm gonna look for a much shorter flight this time. I mean, holy smokes, we already been live for an hour and I haven't really gotten anywhere, so we'll go ahead and do a really short flight. And I'm thinking That's where I live. Southwest Ann Arbor, that's where Michigan plays. No, 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 no. We ain't trying to go that far. That would be a 21-minute flight. All right, let's do it. We'll try the noon thing next time. My son is awake and wants the computer, so. Go check out Ann Arbor where the Michigan Wolverines play. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Where the hell are we? What in the hell is going on? Something's going on here. suicide, see what the hell's going on. Because this plane's all over the place.
Stall.
There's no ET. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. No ETA, no nothing. I have no idea where I'm at. Alright, folks. Time for another suicide mission.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull
Just want
up.
you to know that I love you all and I'm going to miss you.
Pull up. Pull up.
I didn't know if that was turbulence or not. Impatient fire. I don't know what the hell going on. That was supposed to be a simple 20-minute flight. It didn't start me from the airport. It put me in the air. All right, we're gonna try one more time. Oh, let's go to Muskegon. But we'll take off from Muskegon. I chose Muskegon because at one point, Muskegon, I think about 5 years ago, I don't know what the status is now, but about 5 years ago, Muskegon had the highest unemployment rate in the entire country, not just in Michigan. And I've been to Muskegon a few times, and it's the gutter. I'm sorry, it is the gutter. I think the only other city that I've been to in Michigan that looks about as gutter as in Muskegon is South Haven. Now, I heard Flint is kind of gutter. I've never actually been in Flint, but I passed through there before, and it was at night too, and I was not in a fucked up part of Flint either. So I'll probably have to try Dunham on the next stream because I'm getting ready to shut it down pretty soon so I can hand the PC over to my son. But that does bother me that I had no idea where I was going. I thought I set the destination and everything correctly. Plus, I want to see Grand Rapids coming in instead of leaving.
Muskegon Tower Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha at runway 24 ready for takeoff departure to the east. Dare Alpha Sierra.
All right. Let's go. All right, we're fast enough to take off. let's go ahead and respond to air traffic control so they don't terminate services.
Muskegon Tower Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha frequency change.
Oops. Damn, I'm going off course again. And we should be there in a little under 15 minutes if I can fly in a straight line. But actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the controls over to the AI. Meantime, while we are cruising, I am going to grab a quick drink and I will check the chat. This should be a very short flight, Impatient Fire. We should be there in a little over 10 minutes. And I've got the AI flying the plane right now. Once we get into like the Grand Rapids city limits, then I'll take over again and try to land it. In the meantime, we're going to have a quick drink of Diet Dr. Pepper. Airspeed is well, we are slowly picking up speed. Let me look at the nearest point of interest. Go back inside the plane so I can see what our ETE is. Little over 6 minutes. Go back outside, and once we get it within limits of Grand Rapids, then I'll go back inside the plane and I'll take over the plane. So really the whole purpose of this stream in the first place was for me to try to get better at landing a plane. There's a YouTuber by the name of Squirrel. He's been doing tutorial videos for this, and he landed a 787 Dreamliner. He landed that thing buttery smooth. After he landed it, he was able to taxi over towards the gate and then request the baggage be removed. He requested a power truck, requested a fuel truck. Doesn't really show it out here on this external view what our ETA is. So I have to look at it on the inside. We are on track. Yeah, for as good as this game looks, they did take a few shortcuts. Like when I was watching Squirrel's video, once he landed that 747 and requested, you know, a baggage truck and that kind of stuff. When the baggage truck arrived, all the luggage like teleported right onto the ramp and just teleported right into the plane. So it would have been a little more immersive if they would have actually had people get off the truck and physically load the luggage onto the belt, and then it goes up into the plane. Riverview, okay, we're getting close. Riverview, but I know that the last time I tried to play this game, Riverview was one of the areas that I showed up when I was trying to go to Grand Haven. All right, let me check the ETE. Little, about 2.5 minutes. Do I at least get some peanuts on this flight? Absolutely. If you survive this long, hell yeah. If anything, we'll probably give you a prime rib dinner so you don't tell anybody how awful the flight was. Where we at? To the Grand Rapids, then that's when I'll start pointing out whether or not I see things that I recognize or not. I mean, the first time that I took off from Grand Rapids was at night, and we'll get a little bit of change. First time I took off from Grand Rapids was at night. Now, I did recognize the road that ran alongside the airport, but I really didn't see anything else that I recognized. No, we got a few minutes to go, but we are getting ever so close. All right, let me go to the outside because it looks like I'm gonna have to circle back because we just passed it. We just passed it, so it's time for me to circle back. That sucks that the AI control doesn't warn you that you're getting ready to make it back. So let me fly far enough away from the airport. I'm probably going to fly a little bit further away so I can make sure I'm making a good turn. Start my descent. Ooh, this is not gonna go well. Oh shit. You know what? We are going to crash.
Stall.
Or maybe not. This is the one bad thing about the game is, see, I'm supposed to hit number 4 for the brakes. All right.
Landing gear.
All right. Here, I know what I'm gonna do. I am going to let the AI taxi us in.
Grand Rapids ground, Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha taxi to the gate. Dare Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Taxi to Gate 55 using taxiway cross runway 26 left Golf Foxtrot Juliet Charlie. Taxiing to Gate 55 via taxiway cross runway 26 left Golf Foxtrot Juliet Charlie Dare Golf Sierra Alpha.
So I'll let them go ahead and taxi us in there. Oh no. Oh my God, the game just crashed. Let me check something. Wow, we made it, peed your pants. I don't know what happened. The game crashed. I have no idea why that happened. But we did make it. Kevin, damn, you believed in me. Damn, you said, you know what, we gonna crash. Oh, so you said that's happened to you before? So that, okay, so that doesn't really have that much to do with my PC then. I thought maybe I was putting too much stress on my PC by playing this game and stream it, because it does take a lot to run this game. So, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end it right there. My son's waiting to get hold of the game, and plus I've got to run to Walmart and return an SSD that just isn't going to work, because it's an SSD that's pretty much made for storing pics and videos, and I thought it was something that I could use to move game files over and play it from there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here. Thanks everybody for watching, and let me go back to 8 Ball Lord. I'm sorry I wasn't able to find the noon. I'm sorry that that flight was just pretty much aimless. I had no idea where we was going. It didn't estimate how long it was going to take to get there, all that kind of stuff. So I'll try to do some research. And you said great stream, Lincoln. That was fun to watch. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Not the best landing, but hey, at least we made it. But I don't know. I guess it depends on what's going on with my son. If he gives this PC a break and turns it back over to me, maybe I'll try to do another stream again, take off from a different city. So if you tune in again next time, Impatient Fire, let me know what city you want me to take off from. But I'll take the shortest flight, you know, whatever city you want me to take off from. I'll land at the nearest airport, because I can't do those streams where I'm hearing where people are doing like 16-hour flights. Speaking of which, shout out again to Mr. 4K Upscaler. I believe he's alive now, and he did an 8-hour stream again yesterday. That dude loved Flight Simulator. So big shout out to Mr. 4K Upscaler. So that's it. I'm gonna boogie on out here. Thanks everybody for flying Air Wakanda and flying the friendly Wakandan skies, and we will catch everybody later. All right, y'all have a good one. Deuces.